Hello everybody, Teacher Pat here. Whoops, wait a minute, I forgot the headphones. Hello everybody, this is Teacher Pat here. Let me set my phone so I don't go over. And we're doing part 3 today of how I actually became a contracted teacher. So let's go. So this is part 3. If you've been watching the other 2 parts, I try to time it at 10 minutes so it's not too long. So part 3 is how I went about teaching. So that very first year, I actually had 30 students, and I was teaching all those students in 1 year. And as time went on, what I did was I ended up continuing to put an ad each year in their newsletter to let people know that I was teaching biology. And I did that for several years, just doing biology. But as time went by, there was a co-op, a homeschool co-op I went to. And I was teaching biology there. And there was a lady outside. She was teaching art at this group co-op that would meet once a week. And a lot of homeschoolers do that. They meet once a week and have like classes for the students to move on one class to another. But we're paid as private contracted teachers. So every teacher there probably had a different fee, but we just never asked. And you know, in my case, because I had science, I had to always be buying supplies like gloves and specimens. And I, at the time, back then, I did not have microscopes. But in time, as time went by, I ended up purchasing my own microscopes. And what was really fine at the time is I had 4 sons who would help me load and unload. It was not that difficult. But I will tell you another story, which is going to be, you know, my younger years of teaching are far different from my older years of teaching, because I am older now, and now all the boys are grown up. So that's another story there. But regardless, I went ahead and started letting people know. And the best, like they say, the best advertising is word of mouth. So word of mouth really got out. And so I decided to start thinking, I'm sorry if you hear a train in the background. I live by a train track. But I started to, going back to my story with the lady who was teaching art, she was outside, and I asked her one day, what did she do in the summer? And she goes, oh, I teach. And I go, where do you teach? Because, see, I only taught during the school year. I had no summer income. And even though my husband worked, it was very difficult with 4 sons to raise 4 sons financially. And so I asked her, and fortunately she told me of this school that would have summer camps. And then that's where things started to boom. And I've been doing summer camps also on top of all of that for about 15 plus summers, which is a very, very, very good income, because, well, I guess I could do another video on that one, because that's more detailed. But that's another avenue if you are thinking of becoming a contracted teacher in your local area. Advertise in a newsletter. I know I tried doing some Craigslist advertising, but that really didn't work out very well. Look for local homeschool groups that You know, maybe you didn't homeschool, but that's okay because they are looking for good teachers. Look for charter schools. I also taught at charter schools. I tell you, word got out. One of the homeschool friends of mine who taught at a co-op was going to a charter school. And she called me up one day and she said, Pat, would you like to teach at a charter school? So I started getting into the charter schools. I actually taught at 3 charter schools. And so I would go to their location and do the same thing, teach science in their location. Let's see, I did homeschool groups, I did charter schools, Christian schools, like I say, not Christian, but actually private schools. They don't really have some of the equipment or the staff that is knowledgeable because they use people within their own church, I guess. That's why I said Christian. But I mean, there's, like I say, other private schools. It could be, like a Montessori school. I even have taught in 2 different Montessori schools. Again, it was word of mouth. So I will tell you, I have been busy, very busy, and about 30 plus years teaching. But I'm just trying to tell you that you could do it too if you really wanted to. It just depends on getting the word out. You gotta get the word out. And I just want to encourage any of you teachers out there that, you know, kind of tired of the same, the paperwork, the discipline. You know, I was a high school teacher for 6 years. And I just, you know, really, it wasn't that. I mean, I didn't really, you know, the kids were ornery at times, but I enjoyed it while I was there. My experiences were good, and I have some stories on that when I was teaching in public school, and I might do that later on too. But I just want to encourage any of you out there that have really been thinking, is there another way to teach locally? And yes, there is. Besides doing those tutoring, you know, where they hire you for tutoring, Sylvan, those companies, which they don't really pay much, because I'll tell you, I think I gave y'all the math. I have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And one weekend at this one school who does enrichment classes, and I'm telling you the truth. 2.5 hours. In 2.5 hours, I, as a private science contract teacher, made $500. That is an amazing amount of money. And again, it's just getting out there, getting people to know who you are, doing the best of what you do, because it's the best that I do. Is I really love children. I really love teaching them about different animals, and it's just been a joy all these many years. And so I hope that this has helped some of you or encourage you. I've got 1.5 minutes, so I'm going to stop the timer so it doesn't beep. But anyway, encourage you, if you're thinking about doing something different, you might want to try being a contracted teacher. Of course, it's going to take a little footwork. It's going to take advertisement. You might have to go out of pocket to put some ads out in different locations. It's going to take a little bit of writing letters. You could write to different charter schools and, you know, make a flyer about what you offer. It's there. There is a market. So I'm just hoping and encouraging some of you out there that to do what I've been doing all these many years. You can do it too. I hope you like this video. If you do, thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Happy teaching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.